Hello, welcome to Andrew's Room, the very, very first episode. And before I get too much into it, I just wanted to answer a couple of questions that's been asked a lot of me. Period. One of the questions is, why now get into comedy? That's right, we're going to talk about my hobby or my love affair with comedy. I wanted to get into comedy. Actually, it started a year ago, where I was first introduced to that when AMTC came to Portland, and that's Actors, Models, and Talent for Christ. Um, and I did it kind of as like a joke. Like, I was on unemployment at the time, and I figured, maybe I can use it. And if Simon Cowell were to come out and say, you were absolutely terrible, horrible, and you shouldn't quit your day job, at least I could say, well, F you, Simon Cowell, because I'm on unemployment, whatever. Actually didn't even go like that. Went in, told them that my slot, which is your talent, I told them my slot was impersonations, and I ended up saying, where could I put Arnold Schwarzenegger? I could put him like, Maria, come over, I went to, let's screw you then. And their faces lit up. They were like, oh my god, that's amazing. It's really weird. And after that happened, I just started being myself, and after my whole 3 minutes was over, they sat out and said, the lady and the guy, mostly the lady, went up and said, singing may not be, it may be, don't take it personally, but we really see you doing well in comedy, like stand-up or something like that. And my eyes just lit up. The time I had no job, living with my parents, I lost my apartment, I lost everything, and to have somebody say, hey, there's something there, it was like, oh my god, this might be a second coming for me, this might be my triumphant return. Got the call back. I was invited to go to Florida to showcase my talents, and throughout the 6 or a year, I would learn about how to do stand-up, how to perform, how to present myself on stage. Unfortunately, that was a lot of money, and I just kind of dropped out. So that's what started my actual attempt in the comedy. Now, it didn't just start like that. I've had a love relationship with comedy going back into middle school, when I was beaten up and bullied a lot, and the only people that were there to make me feel better were comedians like Mario Cantone, Lewis Black, Robin Williams, Frank Caliendo, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy. The whole works. So I've been learning this for a very, very long time, and guess that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Another question that's kind of been asked about comedy is, do I get stumped on writing jokes? I try not to write jokes. I try to pull from experience and pepper them in. Or, the jokes that I kind of tell are a little dirty, I guess. I don't know if that's the question you're asking. I don't really know. I know that I'm trying to find my voice as a comedian, and that's a hard thing to do, because a lot of the jokes I like to do are jokes that I tell with my friends, and a lot of people that don't really know me get offended by it. There was a situation in high school where, I was 272 pounds, and I had lost like 90 pounds, got all the way down to 190 so I could wrestle 215 in high school, and somebody had said, do you have any advice for people who are overweight? And without a beat, being a smartass, I said, yeah, my advice to fat people is to stay the fuck away from me. I do not want you sneezing on me and giving me your diabetes. Nasty, terrible, horrible. And we were all laughing, tee hee 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 hee. And the punchline is, you don't get diabetes from being sneezed on. Unfortunately, somebody with diabetes happened to be there and really tried to put me in my place, which was the weirdest experience. I guess this has turned into like my first heckler. this person came up and she said, "Oh, really? You don't know how do you get diabetes?" I said, "You can get it from having a bad diet." "No, wrong. You could have it from genetics." "No, wrong. God could literally give it to you." "No, wrong." It's like, why am I arguing with you, you fucking idiot? Like, that's why you have diabetes. You don't know how you got it. Jeez Louise. That whole story is like the one thing that I get really mixed up on when I'm writing jokes, is I'm trying to write jokes that are politically correct, but because I'm writing politically correct jokes, they're not funny because I have to explain them over and over. So I guess that's why a lot of comedians, before they do their set, they say, "Hey, look, these are my viewpoints. I get paid to tell my viewpoints. You pay me. You're expected to, I don't know, shut the fuck up and just have a good time." I don't know. I know this has kind of gone on, and it's jumbled around, and I promise that in the future there will be scripts, there will be a set list on how I do these little podcast things, but like I said, I just wanted to take the time to tell you guys I want to do this every month. I want to have people come over, make it a little more entertaining, because it's kind of hard to entertain when it's just you. Episode 1, guys. I popped my podcast cherry, or YouTube cherry, so to speak. Love you guys.